Stage selection is one of the most overlooked parts of competitive Smash as a whole, not only by spectators but players as well, with most opting to just run it back with little thought given. And I'll be honest, that was me too. Before doing research for this video, I didn't give it much thought past ban what I don't like. Anyways, with all that aside, today we'll be going over how stages impact a match, new universal options some layouts can give you, and overall, give you the tools to decide for yourself which stages you want to be picking. So since every stage list varies a lot region to region, instead of going over every stage one by one, I'd rather go over core aspects of those stages, being bigger stages, smaller stages, and stages with platforms. Let's first start off with bigger stages. Bigger stages by nature have more room, so stage control isn't as essential. You can more often make bigger plays that sacrifice a lot of stage control because the risk reward is a lot more skewed. Having a bigger stage also gives you more access to one of Smash's best options, that being dashing back. Once again, since you have more room, you won't be cornering yourself by dashing back as often. This is great for characters that like to whiff punish. Something else of note is that zoners get a lot more room to run away, but in exchange you get a lot more room to maneuver around the projectiles and find an opening. A super common misconception about zoners on big stages is that you'll never catch them, so you should auto-ban big stages. While this isn't entirely false, you have to look at it from both sides. Bigger stages also offer greater survivability. Super good for characters with good recoveries or heavies because you'll be getting a lot more mileage out of your stock. Those are most of the aspects of bigger stages, so let's move on to the smaller ones. Unlike bigger stages, smaller stages have a lot less room, so stage control becomes very essential. Think about stage control a lot more while you're factoring in the risk reward of some of your plays. There's also a lot less room to move around, so you could easily smother other players or get smothered yourself. This is super potent in a player like Light's playstyle. Another thing of note is that big bodies take up a lot of the stage. It makes them super threatening in advantage, but it also leaves them without many options in disadvantage. This forces them to reset to ledge a lot more often. And finally, for the most polarizing aspect of these stages, is that there's no space for characters to effectively run away. This means you're going to be forced into more QCQ situations, and you're going to be more heavily relying on your character's boxing capabilities. With all that being said, we'll now move on to platform stages. Platform stages can also be big or small, so it's important to keep in mind everything I've said so far. So for platform stages, you gotta keep in mind that some characters have combo extensions, and they'll just be getting a lot more off the hit on stages like Battlefield for example. You also get new angles for approaching. So say you're having trouble with a zoner, you now have a way to overhead approach with platforms. You'll now have access to mixing up when you'll drop down as opposed to having no platforms, where you're limited to your character's fall speed. You also now have the ability to shark through platforms, the ability to camp platforms, and more places to land depending on the stage layout. Some characters will also have access to specific tech. This is mainly movement related, but it varies case by case. Now that all this information is out on the table, I'll separate each stage into a category to better assist everyone in picking a stage. First up is the small stages, and now medium stages. These are going to offer different aspects from both big stages and small stages. And finally, big stages. Oh, and I almost forgot. Here's some stages that really shouldn't exist. Please never pick these stages. Anyways, that's all for today. If you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe. The support recently has been really great and I can't thank you guys enough. If you have any video ideas, leave them in the comments below. Follow me on Twitch, I stream almost every day. Follow me on Twitter, I post about Gino on the daily. And finally, join our Discord. All links are down below. With all that said, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.